What's up? What's up? What's up? El Papi Troquel. How is everybody doing? It's kind of cold. Today is Groundhog Day. And apparently, what's his name? Phil? Drum roll. The groundhog known as Punks. Punksato. Punks. Hold on. Punxsutawney. Punxsutawney. I don't know. It's Punxsutawney. Phil saw his shadow this morning. That means we could see 6 more weeks of winter, at least according to Groundhog Day lore. Which I don't know what him seeing his shadow has to do with 6 more weeks of winter. But apparently, this is the fifth time in the past 6 years, and the 20th time since the year 2000. Phil's prediction comes on the heels of back-to-back winter storms, so it's no surprise that some of the crowd booed, unhappy. Yeah, it's been a few crazy winter storms. We had one, right? So y'all saw it was Alaska. Where do we even have Groundhog Day yet? Last February, Groundhog also saw a shadow, which supposed 6 more weeks of winter. So there's no scientific basis. So they just do this just for the fun of it, just so we could have fun. But he did see it. I look so red. Sorry, but yeah, I'm in red because we're still in Valentine Day mode. So I hope you guys are gonna ask your partners to be your Valentine. I'm gonna do mine today on Groundhog Day because Phil saw his shadow. So I went to the store, right, and I got boom and boom, and then I put right here, "Will you be my Valentine?" To husband. So hopefully she says yes. If not, then it's gonna be awkward. And then I'm gonna throw this in here, even though I already gave her this, right? Whenever she was sick, let me give it to her again because that was what we do. We recycle. I hope you guys could do the same, for your partner. Whether you're a girl, do it for your boy. And if you're a boy, do it for your girl. I try to ask my kids if they're gonna ask anybody to be their Valentine. They're still in that. Ew, no. I remember when I was young, maybe like 14. The Dollar Tree back then, everything was $1, and my mom would buy me a lot of chocolate roses, and I'll give it to all the girls. And then there was times that she'll buy me a lot of little teddy bears. I'll give them to a lot of girls. There was a couple big ones. Give them to those girls. So not big, but bigger than the regular one. So I remember maybe a little bit after Valentine, there was this girl that um we would ride the bus together, and I gave her a big Elmo, and then I never saw her again. Wonder if she still has it. But yeah, I remember we would always sit together. She would always save me a spot. I didn't even know her name, but she was always waiting for me to sit down. We sit down, and one day she leaned her head on my shoulder. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe she has a little crush on me. She was like a year older, I think, if I remember correctly. But I gave her that a little Elmo. Well, it was probably like that big, and I never saw her again. So wherever you at, I hope you enjoyed the Elmo. Kind of dressed like Elmo right now. But yeah, so that happened. Um, I mean, Valentine Day. Why? Why do we celebrate Valentine Day? Why do we? And you know what? I think it's mostly like my wife's gonna say yes because I got her a gift, and she knows the gift that I got her. Why do we celebrate Groundhog Day? No one cares about Groundhog Day. I mean, maybe some people do. I don't. I don't even know where it's at. I think it has to be in like Pittsburgh or Pennsylvania or something. Why do we celebrate right here Valentine's Day? In honor of Saint Valentine, a figure associated with romance and martyrdom in early Christian history. It originated to replace the pagan fertility festival of Lupercalia. Man, I don't know. Okay. I'm noticing a trend that there are pagan holidays and other people like to take advantage of those pagan holidays and making their own. Not going to say any names, but anyways, later evolving through medieval traditions to become a modern celebration of love, affection, and friendship. Yeah, I think girls be having galentines. I wonder if there's a thing for guys. The legend of Saint Valentine. Multiple legends suggest that Valentine was a priest or bishop who defied the Emperor Claudius II by marrying a couple in secret to spare men from war. Christian Roman origins. In the 5th century, Pope Gelasius the first established February 14th as Saint Valentine's Day, possibly a Christianized the Roman fertility festival. Oh, possibly to Christianize the Roman fertility festival. Does that mean that there's a lot of fertility going on around that time? Romantic association in the Middle Ages. They became associated with love, with tradition like sending handmade cards and tokens of affection. I remember the cards at the school. More traditions today. It's a global celebration of love, often marked by exchanging flowers, chocolates, and gifts, as well as spending time with loved ones. The good thing is, Valentine's Day is on a Saturday this year. So I'm going to hang out with my loved ones, meaning my wife, for sure, and a couple friends. We're going to go to a comedy show. I hope. I sent the money, and he said he bought the tickets. I don't know if he bought the tickets. He says he did. I believe him. But if not, y'all will hear about it. No, I'm just kidding. I know he bought him. Anyways, so what is love, guys? What do you guys think love is? I'm dressed in red. You see my lights red. What can love mean? Right? Me personally, I think love is a choice. I don't think it's a feeling, right? Because are emotions that you feel, obviously, right? But typically they come and go. So that's what I think. Let me see what the internet has to say. What is love? Love bombing. Been there. Love is a complex, multifaceted emotion and experience involving deep affection, care, and connection, characterized by feeling of trust, intimacy, commitment, and support, manifesting in various forms from romantic passion to familial bonds or compassionate care, and is defined uniquely by individuals through behaviors like kindness, shared values, and mutual growth, often described as a blend of feeling and affection. See? No, 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 no. I said it's a choice. It's a powerful human experience with biological roots, cultural expressions, and personal interpretations, often involving selfless giving and acceptance. So, behavior. Actions like honesty, commitment, support, sacrifice, and acts of kindness. But, like, you do all these things for things you don't love, right? Like, you'll do all these nice things, right? You'll show commitment, you'll show support, let's say for your job. Do you love your job? You know? Can you compare that love for your job as, let's say, the love for your mom, the love for your spouse, the love for your kids, the love for a dog, a cat, an experience, or how we say, like artists, like, oh, I love so and so. right? I love the way he sings. I love the way they dance. I love the way they make beats. I love the way they act, right? So like there's so many different things of love, but I feel like when it comes to like loving somebody, whether it's a like an actual somebody to you, not like an actor or someone that you don't know, right? It's like you're choosing to love them, right? Like yeah, they make you feel happy. Like yeah, they make you want to do better maybe, they make you want to be better, but you loving them for me is me giving them the ability to hurt me, I guess, because I know as a father, I could get hurt by my kids one way or another, right? Whether they have let me down, whether they do something that goes against my beliefs or something against of what I tell them, when I tell them to do something because, X reason and they go against it, it'll hurt. But I'm choosing that. All right. Same thing with my spouse. There are expectations that we give each other. And I feel like if they aren't met and we know that they might not get met, they might choose to not meet them also. But that's something that we're risking for them. So I think love has all of that. And I think that's what we're choosing, you know? For example, if you're a parent, you understand that whenever you first see your kid, right, especially if you're a good parent, whenever you first see your kid, your first thought and instinct is there is nothing this child can do that will make me stop loving them, right? Unconditional love, you know? And we could say that about our spouse, but we know there's conditions, whether it's infidelity, whether it's um, just the constant battling, constant arguments, unhappy, no one's meeting their needs. So are we choosing, people say, oh, it's different. I mean, is it different? It's the same word. You know what I mean? So it's a choice. We're choosing to love. We're choosing that. That's my opinion. I don't think it's a feeling. I think the feelings are happy, emotional, contentment, um, excited to see them, that nervous feeling. I think those fall in hand, but those are the feelings you get when you choose to love. That's why I think love is a choice. So if you love your partner, you know what? Y'all should both ask each other. Because what if, will you be my Valentine is a yes, but that doesn't mean that you're their Valentine. Like if I ask my wife, right? Hey, will you be my Valentine? She's like, yeah, I'll be your Valentine. And she didn't ask me. That doesn't mean I'm her Valentine. So if anybody's out there and tries to ask me, I'm going to tell them no because I love my wife and I know she's going to get mad. But they're going to be like, do you have a Valentine? No. But but someone is my Valentine. Wait, did I say that right? Hold on. Do you have a Valentine? Yes, I have a Valentine. But are you asking me if I'm someone's Valentine? If she hasn't asked, I'm going to say, no, I'm not. I'm no one's Valentine, but I do have a Valentine. You know what I mean? And that's crazy. Does that work with everything else? Like if you ask somebody, will you marry me? And they say, yeah, does that mean you marry them too? You know what I mean? Will you be my boyfriend? Yes. Okay, cool. But does that automatically mean, you know, I'm the girlfriend now? Because you didn't ask me, right? So, moral of the story, if I ask my wife to be my Valentine and she says yes, she's my Valentine. But if she doesn't ask me, I'm not her Valentine. So, if I were her, I would ask because I don't know. I like chocolate. I like chocolate. I'm just kidding. She knows I'm kidding. But I do like chocolate. So lately, right, we as in my wife and kids, we've been like just getting into this Pokemon thing, and we actually went to our first like big time uh what'd you call that, like those expos where they're buying, selling, trading, all those things, Pokemon cards. They had other cards too, a lot of anime stuff. There was a guy tattooing, pretty cool art. So so I know I told y'all before, I only liked, I only really like one, and it's your boy. All right, it's my favorite. So we went, and everybody spent money. My daughter spent more money than all of us. So this is what my son got. All right, and then he also got this one too. Oh, sorry. Boom. Which I thought they were pretty cool. And I think if you get them graded, they cost more. And then I got this one. All right, my boy Gengar. I thought that was pretty cool. And then my daughter got this one. She spent a lot of money on this one. Like she was trying to save for a phone, which she has a phone, but I guess she wanted another one. But she ended up getting this one. So I thought it was pretty cool. I enjoyed it. Um, you see a lot of characters. I like that it ranged. Like you saw little kids talking, negotiating with grown adults. You know, you see grown adults trying to negotiate with little kids. You see like people, and like they have just like 50, $60,000 in cards right in front of them. You know, I saw this guy carrying a wagon, and it was just a whole bunch of different like unboxed Pokemon cards. You know, they have other stuff like One Piece, and which, man, okay. I like um I like One Piece. My favorite is this guy, Zoro. And I like Dragon Ball Z, but my favorite guy is Piccolo. Which my wife didn't get anything. Which kind of bothered me a little bit. I'm like, we're already here. Just pick something you like. Just whatever. Like it doesn't have to be like, where is it at? Like this one, you know, it cost me $1. You know, it was, I'm like, let me just get something. You know, we're already here. Yeah, we're trying to save, but we're already here. We're spending, make family time. You know, like we're already here. Might as well. So I thought it was fun. And I can't wait to go again. I really enjoyed it. I think there's gonna be another one next weekend on Valentine's Day weekend, but I don't have the kids, and I'll feel weird going without the kids. So, yeah. So I think we saw that there's gonna be a big one in October. There might be some other ones in between, but I told my kids, I was like, let's save up, because this is our first time, so we didn't know. Like my kids have cards, they have binders with cards, and we didn't really know what to do. Right? We didn't really know like exactly like how it worked. Like people had wads of cash, like $10,000 in cash, ready to boom, boom, boom. And it makes sense because cash, you know, cash in hand, I think speaks pretty loud. But we enjoyed it, and can't wait to go again. You know, a lot of my friends saw. I got a couple friends that have those slabs that are graded. Got a couple friends that, you know, hey man, that's so cool, this and that. I started getting into that. I liked it because it's like a family thing. I don't know much, right? All I know is that I like Gengar. I know my daughter likes, which my daughter's favorite is Squirtle, but she wanted that specific Charizard. My son's favorite is Charizard, but that's my favorite. There was a lot of these. No, well, a lot of different Gengars. There was some that was like $3,000. I was like, three, nah, not yet. But maybe one day I'll get the courage to, when I have enough money, when everything's running smoothly in the Papi Troca household, maybe we could do something like that. But all right, guys, I'm gonna let y'all go. Gotta get a little bit of rest. Work's been crazy because of that winter storm. It kind of messed all the schedule up. Finally back to schedule. I haven't slept it too well. I mean, my face looks. Yeah, I cleaned my face. I don't know. I was cooking earlier, so I hope everybody stay safe. Happy Groundhog Day, and you guys find a Valentine. Find 20 Valentines. If you're single, or if your partner's cool with that, and if they don't want to be your Valentine, then they're lost. Hey, maybe y'all could ask me to be your Valentine. Who knows? I'm just kidding. I'm married. She'll get mad. She'll get mad. But if she says no, then I will let y'all know. Y'all be safe, and I'll see y'all next time.